Tess and myself, of course, been around freestyle motocross for a long time. Right now, it's time for the Toyota Moto X Quarterpipe. This is a new event to the X Games. It's going to go back to more of a traditional format. Tess, let's talk about what we're going to see, what's never been seen, what could be seen.
Well, this is different because in freestyle motocross, normally you hit a ramp and you go forward, you go past the ramp. These quarter pipes, they're literally like, say you took a vert ramp in skate and you took one wall out. That's what these things are. The idea is you hit the ramp and you actually go laterally. Well, that is unless you're Levi Sherwood, because this ramp you're looking at here is sitting there because of a trick that Levi invented just a couple of months ago called the egg roll. And you'll be seeing that in just a little while.
There are some crazy names. Here is our list of hitters for Toyota Moto X Quarterpipe. I mean, a list of guys that just are decorated. Thomas Pages, just forward-thinking. Josh Sheehan, we've recently seen him do the triple backflip. I mean, when you start thinking about what these riders have accomplished in their short careers so far, for most of them, it is really mind-boggling. But these are the riders pushing the sport forward, Tess, and progression is a big part of what the sport's about, but there's also a lot of camaraderie between these riders.
There is, and then really what's happened just in the past, maybe 18 months, at the outside 2 years, is Tom Pages really has pushed this sport, but he's been willing to share it with everybody else, and you're going to see that today with a lot of these quarterpipe tricks that he brought and really kind of pushed, yet everybody else now is doing.
Well, before we get going on the comp, let's check in with Christy Lee one more time.
Thank you, guys. Just spoke with Taka earlier before competition and getting an update from him earlier in practice today. He did fracture his right foot. He's in a lot of pain and undecided going into this competition, but he said he's going to try and push through, guys.
We'll find out what happens with Taka. I know that Jackson Strong was also supposed to be in the event, but decided not to compete, known as Jacko, a great rider. And right now, it's Cam Sinclair who's going to kick it off for us. And
Sinclair has not done a lot of quarterpipe work. He admits to that, so let's see if he can pull this. He's going to go for the Flair 540.
And, and the popping out of that quarterpipe, so much commitment. And it almost looked like he pushed into the face so much that it shot him back out more than he expected.
It did, but it was kind of interesting because I thought maybe he was going to bring the bike back around, and we'll see this if we look at a replay. Maybe he decided to eject a little early because, as you know, if you ride the thing out sometimes, especially with this, when you come up short, when you under-rotate these 540 flares, very often the bike will land, the suspension takes all of the energy out of it, and you can ride out. But here, Cameron took a look at it, he didn't feel right, and he decided to get off that bike, so hopefully he's going to be okay.
At the beginning of this event, or before we started, we talked about the tension. Obviously we know all these riders, we know about their commitment to the sport, but when they start taking it to the next level, it creates that, just that edge, and we all feel it. And we're watching here as Cam's going to get up, which is always great news.
His wife
stand up.
Wife Brooke there by his side. Cameron Sinclair, here's a guy, he can do the double backflip on the Nitro Circus Tour. He pulls he can pull him almost nightly, but this, a new trick for him. He didn't really feel super comfortable coming in, and let's take a little bit of a look and see what might have happened.
Okay, so he gets off the quarter pipe, and he definitely, it almost just looks like he snapped the rotation maybe a little sooner.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting that the bike was definitely falling down. He had to eject there. He had no choice. The bike was coming over. Oh yeah, look how far he got kicked out.
So I think it seems like maybe he went into it, I don't want to say harder, but maybe he got more rebound out of it than he expected. It just seemed like the pop was off from maybe what he was looking for.
So Cameron Sinclair gave it a pretty hard go. I think, like you said, maybe pulled it a little too early, maybe hit it a little too hard.
And the good news, he got up and he will be evaluated. Right now, though, moving on to Davey Johnson. He is a rookie here, and he's also the youngest competitor, age 20. You may have guessed by his bike and his setup that he is from Texas, about 8 hours away, and he's bringing a unique trick on the quarterpipe setup.
This is going to be a fascinating trick if he lands it. It's called the Uncle Chris, named for his dad's best buddy, Chris Hawkins. And he explained this trick to us. It's very hard to fathom how he's going to be able to do it, but I'm going to let you watch this thing. He's going to try and do a vault off a quarterpipe.
He's going to come in really slow, and he's going to go the opposite direction than Sheehan. They're asking the crowd to get involved. He wants to hear him.
So he's going to use that right-hand side quarterpipe. Only Johnson and Pages should be using this one, but
simply goes by Davey J, and we'll see in his X Games debut if he can stick what he's trying. Here we go.
Here we go. Whoa! Wow, that was a really fast spin. I cannot believe he can spin a vault that quickly with so little hang time for the bike.
So you'll obviously notice right away, it seems obviously there's a lot of difficulty. Not as flamboyant as what Cam Sinclair had tried, but very technical.
Well, super technical, because the vault, you've got to do that revolution, right? But because he's doing it on the top side of the bike's going right, he's going left. He's actually pushing the bike down, and gravity is taking it away from him. And on that point, unfortunately, the back end dropped down, but I'm surprised. I think he might have it next time.
We'll see. He'll get another shot. Everybody gets 2 chances at the course. This, another rookie for the field. You're a little bit more familiar.
Jeremy Rouenet, they call him Jay Rouenet, one of Tom Pages' friends. He knows how to do this trick because he hangs out at Tom's compound and probably soaks up a bit of the knowledge and splendor that is Tom. But check this guy out. He's going again. 540 flare from Jay. Let's see if he adds any variations to it.
We talk about variations, maybe Superman style, throwing the legs off. Let's take a look. Here's Jay.
Oh, yes.
Superman flare. So one thing you'll notice right away as he kicks his legs out, it's kind of going against the rotation of the bike.
Right.
So it's hard to keep the rotation moving in a fluid style, but
wow, that was huge.
That was massive. All the extension got back on the bike.
Just a little over-rotated. I mean,
I think really his bike under-rotated and his body had got the position. Like he couldn't stop the two. They were kind of in a little bit of different trajectory. And great job for Jay. We'll see if he can get it into his next round. But next up, Josh Sheehan. What will he bring to the Toyota Quarterpipe?
Donnybrook, it's a small farming town about 2.5 hours south of Perth in Western Australia, and I started racing motocross when I was 17, got my first bike when I was about 14. So excited to be back at Austin this year. I got my credentials down, we've got our bike sorted, just putting that together. Mechanics hard at work now, and triple flip, I was just stoked to get that done. You know, it was a lot of effort. It was great to be able to not only get it done, but to land it smooth and safe, and you know, to be perfect. Quarterpipe, I am excited for that. It's new. I think it's just new in the whole FMX sport. A lot of new tricks that people haven't seen, and I'm excited to see what everyone's going to bring.
We are excited as well as we move forward. Welcome back here to the Toyota Moto X Quarterpipe Final, and it is Josh Sheehan, 29 years of age.
Now here's a guy that's got this normally on lock. I mean,
this meaning the flare.
This flare. He's got the flare. He's got the flare. He's got all the added extras. He's got the sprinkles, the cherry on top.
Let's see if he goes for a variation.
Oh, Indy. Yes. That's what it's supposed to look like. You see this? He didn't just go for the Superman, but he scissor kicked the legs, called the Indian Air.
Josh Sheehan, seemingly fearless. Nice, and what I like is the height, the amplitude of the trick. I mean, he is not only hitting the flare, but he's sailing it. he sent it.
And you know, Josh Sheehan, he's supremely fit. I mean, he works out, he takes care of his body. The fact that he did a triple backflip is mind-blowing, but then you just watch this guy, and he consistently ups his game.
Josh Sheehan, of course, will go to the lead. He's our first rider to land and ride out, 85.33. Now, Levi Sherwood. This should be very interesting.
It's going to be really interesting because you'll note he's turning to the right. He's not even going for the center of that ramp because he's going to do a completely different trick. Check this one out. The Superman egg roll. He makes it look so simple, but he's doing a backflip off. It's like doing a full loop, and then someone took the middle out of the loop.
Right, he's not going forward, so to speak, like you would in a traditional ramp jump. Watch it. Pops off the quarter pipe. Full commitment. Levi Sherwood, that is perfect. That is perfect execution right
That's
there.
fantastic. And not only is he doing a backflip, he's also corkscrewing sideways at the same time. That was the tastiest egg roll we've seen in a long time.
Coming out of New Zealand, 23 years of age, Levi Sherwood is going to move to the top of the leaderboard with a 91.33. He has 2 silver medals in freestyle, and I've always said he looks like he's made out of rubber bands.
That extension, that was so beautiful. And it's great when you freeze this, you see the slow motions and see just how well those guys are doing.
Amazing. All right.
Speaking of amazing,
Moving forward, this gentleman has so much talent and so much creativity. Thomas Pages from France.
he's going to go.
Rumors here.
He's going to go right. He'll try either the bike flip, which we've seen him pull once at Red Bull X Fighters Madrid last year, or he'll try his new alley-oop trick, also right hand off that ramp, which we have not seen landed yet. So you never know what this guy's going to bring.
It's going to be a very slow entry.
Oh, he's holding his hip there. And this, it's such a tough trick because you're moving, the bike is moving, and you have to bring the thing underneath you perfectly to make the landing.
And it requires so much pop off the lip to get everything moving upward, but then you're sending the bike in an opposite rotation.
And what happened here is Jason Baker, the course crew here, they actually were tracking that landing with a bulldozer, trying to soften it up as much as possible. And Tom's been working with them, but of course it's hot here in Texas, and that stuff dries out. So great to see Tom up on his feet.
Let's take another look. Tess, walk us through it.
So he pops off, then he tries to twist the bike around, and he's supposed to grab it right there and bring it underneath him, but he never got a good hold with the left hand to bring the seat beneath him.
It just didn't look like he got the rotation earlier when he tried to drive it around. So Levi Sherwood is leading second runs. When we return to Toyota Moto X Quarterpipe, Levi Sherwood put it together and stomped it. We'll see if he can hold it together for the win when we come back. It's the place to be when X Games action wraps up. Tune in to xgames.com/extra after we're done here to see it all. And Davey Johnson is on the course from Texas.
And he pulled the Uncle Chris, landed it right away.
My question to you, Tess, if he does pull it, where does it stack up?
I think you probably move up. I would give him maybe second place because it's so technically difficult. But of course, you know, you get the wow factor when you see something like Sheeny doing that 540. Here we go. Oh, so close.
So close to rotating over the bike and getting back on. He actually got back on the first time, a little cleaner, but was so nose high. Let's take another look, Tess. Was he closer or closer the first time?
He pops through that notch, and he was closer this time, but he still got the same problem where that bike is just too vertical when he comes down. There's no way he's going to be able to pull it back.
Tough break for Davey Johnson, but a good first impression here at the X Games, trying to move it forward, do something different, bring a little bit of excitement.
And this may get other guys actually trying vaults off a right-hand quarter pipe. He's now proved that it's possible. So I expect some guys might actually put that into their rotation. So good work from Davey Johnson.
And Jeremy Ronet comes out on the course. Cam Sinclair will not run. He pulled himself out of the competition. So Ronet is going to take a look. Now, will we see the same, but working for the same?
I think he's going to go for the same big extension. We know he's got this trick. We've seen him do it, but I think, you know, a little bit of X Games rookie nerves have to be playing in here.
Here we go. Flair Superman
again. Wow. Oh, massive disappointment for Jeremy Ronet.
The fans showing their appreciation. Fans definitely into this. Let's take a look. What happened, Tess?
Well, there he makes the rotation again, but it's kind of interesting. What's happening? He's almost stalling the bike out a little bit in the middle there, and that's why the bike is under-rotating, as you said before. So
it's just that commitment to sending the legs all the way out, I think, is giving it that brief stop where it stops rotating a little bit on him. 3 more riders to go here at Toyota Moto X Quarterpipe. They are locked and loaded. Can Levi Sherwood hold on for a gold medal? We'll find out when we return to Austin. Welcome back to Toyota Moto X Quarterpipe Final. We're in Austin, Texas at the X Games, where everything is big and the boys are going big today. Right now in the chute, so to speak, Josh Sheehan. And in 2011, he was part of an all-Aussie sweep in best trick. Let's see if he can put something bigger and better down. Right now, he is sitting in that silver medal position with an 85.33. Levi Sherwood has a 91.33. So it looks like he would have to step it up quite a bit to get the judges' admiration or adoration.
He would definitely have to step it up. Going in again, left-hand side for a flare.
Oh, clean.
Nice, bounces up a little bit into the top blocks there.
And to me, it looked like he came a little faster and maybe was going for a little bit more height, more pop, even though he had so much the first time.
And hopped that rotation around. Looks so comfortable when he does these. It's great to watch him. Yeah,
I think he had bigger extension. I think he had bigger extension this time as well. Take a look.
Real pop. Great landing too. Nice little rebound from the suspension there. So there he is, Mr. Triple Flip himself.
Waiting for the judges to drop at 87.33. He will improve, but not enough to surpass Levi Sherwood with the 91.33. He is next rider up, and this is what he did to move into that gold medal position.
He calls it the egg roll. He added that Superman, which was almost a kiss of death. I mean, look at this thing. He's so far off the bike. The extension is amazing. He is known for perfect execution, and he certainly showed it there.
So 1 rider left to go after him, Pejez. We know he's got the bike flip, maybe something else. Does Sherwood do something different here? Does he do the same? Does he try to add something to it?
I think if you're Levi Sherwood, it's going to be hard to improve that single trick unless maybe you did a little bit of the Indian Air scissor kick, because he certainly isn't going to get more extension out of it. Or maybe I was wrong. How does he do that? I mean, he just bends like in such an unfathomable way.
Well, I don't think it's weird for us to ask how he does it, because I'm sure all of his fellow riders are asking the same question.
And you know, I just love watching him ride because he looks like he's having fun aboard that motorcycle. Okay, watch the extension again. Does he get it further away? He does.
I think he does. I think it's even more committed.
What is he doing? This shouldn't work, but it does. Invented in the hills of New Zealand. That was the Superman egg roll.
And a 93,
yeah.
So he will better his score. The judges showing their appreciation, and it all comes down to Thomas Pages from France. No French rider has medaled in a Moto X trick discipline. Let's take a look, Tess, at what he's trying to do.
Well, in Madrid last year, Red Bull X Fighters competition, he managed to pull this. And you can see this from his compound at home, the Brothers Trip compound, into the mulch. Nice soft landing there. So if things go wrong, here we go.
This was earlier in his first run. So you saw he didn't get all the rotation around.
Didn't get the rotation, didn't get the hand on that little grab that's cut out underneath his seat. Walked away holding his hip. And there he's back.
And it's all up to him. It's either Sherwood or Pages. Comes out hot on the throttle. Does he try again? The exact same trick.
Tom Pages is so tenacious, and he really is responsible for this new quarterpipe movement. So the first ever quarterpipe competition at an X Games, he wants that gold, and he's going to go for it, for sure.
He'll be no worse than bronze, where he sits now. Sheehan has an 87.33, Sherwood at 93. Here we go. Bike flip is what we're looking at.
He's going again. He knows his start. No.
Yes!
He got it! He even has a special bike. It's 35 pounds less than everything else. Made of carbon fiber, and he gets the flip, and he made it look so easy. And Levi Sherwood didn't look very happy there, did he?
No, he didn't. So Sherwood now knows he has a challenger.
Crystal ball, what are you thinking?
I think the amplitude of Sherwood's trick is just, I mean, it's explosive, but this is so technical, and look how high he is. If it was me, I'd give it to Pages.
Oh, look at that. And there's the grab we were talking about. He grabbed the seat, got the bike underneath him. That was the key point. So watch again. He makes the bike rotate, pushes so hard to spin it around. This is amazing. Misses the bike, reaching with that left hand. He gets the grab.
You called it no right about there.
And I was like, oh, and he got it.
What do you think? Does he get the gold?
I think he showed the jeopardy. He deserves the gold.
We're going to find out what the judges think.
Here it is, and they're waiting.
A 95.33 for Thomas Pages from France. He is our gold medalist. First ever French freestyle motocross rider in a trick discipline to earn that gold medal, or any medal, I should say. So Thomas Pages with the gold, Tess.
Well, he's put in the effort to get him to this point. He's dragged all the other guys along with him. Even Levi Sherwood does quarterpipe tricks because Tom Pages pushed the progression. Well-deserved gold for Tom.
Coming up next, it's ABC World News on your local news, except on the West Coast. That's a wrap for X Games Austin 2015. Enjoy some of the great moments we've had here in Texas, where everything is bigger, including the X Games.